Well, new food trucks are on the streets of Ottawa this spring, and today you can sample some of the items on the menu at City Hall. Mayor Watson will be joined by James Cunningham, the host of the Food Network's popular show Eat Street, for today's street food showcase. And for a $10 donation to the Shepherds of Good Hope, you can try out the food trucks between noon and 1:30 this afternoon. Now, Ottawa City Councillor Mark Taylor joins us live now to chat more about the food vendors. Thanks for joining us this morning, Councillor.
Thank you.
There was quite the competition to be one of the 18 selected. Some 60, I think, vendors were trying to get into that, get one of those prestigious spots. How did you choose? What was the criteria for these vendors?
Well, the selection panel that we put together looked at a whole bunch of different items, really just a range of how eclectic was your menu going to be, what were the new samplings, the new things that you were going to offer, how vibrant and compelling would that be, what different things were you adding to our street, was there a component of, was it healthy or local or organic? You got points for things like that. So really we wanted to provide people with a good, dynamic swath of stuff that they could see on the streets. There's nothing wrong with hot dogs and poutine. I love that stuff myself, but this is really kind of like restaurants on wheels, different dynamic.
Now, hot dogs and poutine will still be available, I'm sure, but what else?
Yeah.
What other type of foods are we going to see now?
There's going to be, these trucks have got everything from, and I keep saying trucks, but there's trucks and carts, so, depending upon where you are, but there's everything from Asian cuisine, steamed buns, fish tacos, all the way to the, urban cowboy stuff like Tex-Mex on the street. There's successful restaurateurs like Ben Baird, the owner of the Urban Pear. He's got a truck called Street, and he's going to vary his menu, seasonal stuff every day. So,
and how is this going to change the street landscape in our city?
Well, Ottawa's really kind of come into its own in terms of being a city of festivals and fairs and all that kind of vibrant stuff, especially during the summertime. So this will add a food component to that. Okay. So really we're looking at cities like, Portland in Oregon, Vancouver, Tofino, and they've got a really hip and happening street food scene. Right. So that brings that here.
Now, they're going to be at certain locations designated throughout the day, but we can find them at other locations sometimes. Absolutely.
We're going to designate the street locations for them, but they'll go off of those locations in the evenings, sometimes on the weekends.
Okay.
They'll book themselves into festivals and fairs. A lot of these guys have Twitter handles, so you can chase them around the city.
Oh, good.
And, it's good fun.
Okay, and so for a list of all of the vendors and a map of where they're going to be, you can log on to ottawa.ca, correct?
You got it.
All right, thanks very much, Councillor Mark Taylor, joining us this morning on that story.